Hello everyone. My name is Taju and I live in Toronto, Canada. I did my engineering with MBC from 2001 to 2005 and was part of the first batch that graduated in 2005. Soon after graduation, I worked with a software company before making a career in data analytics, and I currently work as a data science and analytics manager here in Toronto. When I look back at what MBC and the faculty has given me in those 4 years, it's definitely the academics which made me an engineer professionally, at the same time had transformed me as an individual to face the new world. The career in data science did not exist 15 years ago, but I was ready for it thanks to MBC. Of course, I made many friends along the way, some of them who remain close even after 15 years. I'm proud to be an MBCN and good luck to the new students.
Hello everyone, my name is Nohin George and I'm working as an application developer at San Francisco region, California, USA. I'm proud to be a software engineer and also as an MBC. I graduated in 2006 and I got placed through campus recruitment. I would like to highlight the commitment, knowledge and understanding of teachers and support staff who transformed me from a school graduate to a successful engineer with fundamentals necessary to succeed in this fast-changing world. I could also happily recollect various MGOCSM activities at campus, which continued to grow me spiritually during my college days. I wish you all good luck for your future. Thank you.
His Holiness Basilius Montoma Paulus II, His Grace Dr. Zacharias Maraframe, our respected Principal Dr. Jayaraj Kochwala, other dignitaries, friends, brothers and sisters. My name is Dr. Renjit Baby Kuriakos, and I was fortunate to be one of the first batches that passed out of Ma Basilius Christian College, Pyramid. I'm currently working as a senior faculty member at the Central University of Technology in South Africa. I come before you today to talk to you about the importance of engaging in an engineering program at this moment in time. As you are most probably aware, the world is moving into an Industry 4.0 revolution. This creates vast amounts of opportunities and gives an opportunity for each one of us to create a very bright future in engineering for us. So here's welcoming my brothers and sisters to enroll in an engineering program and create a difference in the world. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Shruti, currently working in Accenture. I completed my BTech in Electrical and Electronics from MBC in the year 2014. I got this job through campus placement. Currently, girls don't opt for EEE, but I must say there are plenty of opportunities both in IT sectors as well as in government sectors. During my college days, our faculty members were so much dedicated and supportive. The first thing that attracted me is, of course, the climate in Kutikanam. It's a really awesome climate. Thank you all, and wishing you all a very best.
Hi, I am Charles Varghese, currently working as a senior data engineer in Neurotech Technologies. I have completed my electronics and communication engineering from MBCCET Kutikanam in the year of 2010. I have started my career in Wipro Technologies fresh out of college and later spent 6 plus years in Cisco Systems as a senior engineer. The world has been going through a digital transformation journey, and this pandemic situation is kind of accelerating that transition. The technology is touching each and every segment of our life, and needless to say, engineers are the backbone in this enablement. So there are plenty of opportunities for those who are willing to explore. MBC is always known for its supportive faculties and world-class amenities to nurture you as a successful engineer. The beautiful location of the campus sets up a perfect environment for learning. I welcome you all to this wonderful campus and wishing you a great success.
Hello all, my name is Meenu. I am an ex-student of MPC from Electrical and Electronic Department of the year 2014 to 2018. I'm currently working as a petroleum data analyst in Petroleum Data Services Limited, which is an oil and gas company. My journey at MBC was filled with lots of beautiful memories and always remained very close to my heart. It's like a family to me and even remains as a constant support to me. It helped to transform the young, curious mind in me into a potential engineer and a better human being, which was possible and achievable by the constant mentorship and guidance from all the teachers and faculties over there. And honestly speaking, I should say you could get the best possible teachers who are highly educated and informative and approachable and friendly on the other side as well. MBC also promotes a lot of technical, non-technical, social and placement activities such as NSS, students' conferences, Swastika, and lots of on-campus and off-campus drives that helps us to get exposed both professionally and personally and helps us to stay focused in the future career. And in this current digital world, we always have to try to position ourselves in a better place and be wise enough to choose the career. And I'm very fortunate and proud to be an MBCian and wish all the new students a very successful journey. All the best and stay focused and study well. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Nitin Bose and I live in Bahrain. I did my BTech from MBC from 2005 to 2009 batch. Soon after completing my graduation, I did my PG in Information Technology. Currently I live in Bahrain and working as an IT analyst in Bahrain Financing Company. When I look back to my good old days in MBC, I still remember how our faculties helps us in achieving our career goals. Not only achieving the career goals but also improving our academic skills also. Thank you MBC for creating such a beautiful academic world to all of us. I'm proud to be an MBCian and good luck to all the new joinees. Thank you.
Please mute before we start the session. I repeat, I request all the participants to please mute. The program will begin now. Thank you.
A very good afternoon to one and all. Scientists dream about doing things, but engineers do them. A warm welcome to all who have accepted our invitation to attend this webinar. Myself, Maria Joseph, Assistant Professor in Electronics and Communication Engineering Department, is the moderator of this webinar. MGOCSM, along with the MPC College of Engineering and Technology, Pyramid, together present before you this webinar on Engineering a Bright Future. Prayer is an expansion of total faith in the present power within and around us. When we pray with faith, we express it through our sincere thanks to Him. I request His Holiness Basilius Marthoma Paulus II, the Catholicos of the East and Malangara Metropolitan, for his blessings and prayer.
നമുക്ക് പ്രാർത്ഥിക്കാം. സ്വർഗസ്നായ ഞങ്ങളുടെ പിതാവേ, നിന്റെ തിരുനാമം പരിശുദ്ധമാകപ്പെടണമേ, നിന്റെ രാജ്യം വരണമേ, നിന്റെ തിരുവിഷ്ടം സുഖത്തിലെ പോലെ ഭൂമിയിലുമാകണമേ. ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ആവശ്യമുള്ള അപ്പം ഇന്ന് ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് തരണമേ. ഞങ്ങളുടെ കടക്കാരോട് ഞങ്ങൾ ക്ഷമിച്ചതുപോലെ ഞങ്ങളുടെ കടങ്ങളും പാപങ്ങളും ഞങ്ങളോട് ക്ഷമിക്കണമേ. പരീക്ഷയിലേക്ക് ഞങ്ങളെ പ്രവേശിപ്പിക്കരുതേ, പിന്നെയോ തിന്മപ്പെട്ടവൾ ഞങ്ങളെ രക്ഷിച്ചുകൊള്ളണമേ. എന്തുകൊണ്ടെന്നാൽ രാജ്യവും ശക്തിയും മഹത്വവും എന്നേക്കും നിനക്കുള്ളതാകുന്നു. ആമേൻ.
Reverend Father G.G.P. Abraham, the respected director of our college. He is known for his various spiritual as well as social ventures. He has been a great mentor for us, spreading his wisdom and words. Gigi Achan is a well-known educationalist and a predominant counselor. He is the founder of Mar Dionysius Senior Secondary School, which was later donated to Malangara Orthodox Syrian Church. He is serving as the administrator of the school from its very formation. He was appointed as the secretary of CBSE schools, which function under the Malangara Orthodox Syrian Church. He has been conducting the premarital counseling classes in Niranam Diocese for past 15 years. Gigi Achan is a charismatic visionary who strives earnestly for the holistic development of students. A golden era has dawned upon MBC College of Engineering and Technology with the advent of Gigi Achan. His unwavering leadership is ample in leading the college amidst of various turbulences. He is charged with a broader vision and is capable of promoting unity and competence among staff and students. It is my pleasure to welcome Gigi Achan for the welcome address.
Good afternoon. A warm welcome to one and all. It is the first time in the history of humankind the whole world is standing together and fighting against a common enemy. In fighting with the coronavirus, we have learned a lesson that we have to learn, we have to make an environment where we have to live along with so many viruses. It is same that of the career of a student. There are so many enemies they have to fight, like laziness, bad habits, ignorance about the future. These students have to fight against all these enemies. We, the MBC, provide all the best possible environment for the students to attack these kind of enemies. The college situates in the most attractive tourist center of Kerala. Kerala is known as God's own country. This most beautiful place where the college situates stands in the misty hill place. It's the lush greenery and the crisp fresh air provides the most serene atmosphere. We have a well-designed infrastructure that provides all good, excellent hostel facilities under the supervision of priests. We provide luxurious rooms also for NRI students. And this hostel, under the leadership of warden, provides good security and also good discipline, and also serves delicious food. Our dream is about to make it an university. In the pursuit of excellence, we promote research-oriented studies, higher studies, and also various individual development programs, also cultural and physical programs. We provide scholarship for students that varies from 30,000 rupees to 5,000 per semester according to the marks they scored for the board exam and also who attended the scholarship examination. Subject to permission of the government, we can admit non-keen students also in NRI seats. If you have a logical mathematical intelligence, the way for a promising future is definitely engineering. I invite the students who have such a quality to our campus to fulfill your dreams. May I welcome His Holiness, who is the President of the college, and his guidance and prayers is definitely promotes all of us. His Grace Dr. Aprem, who is the President of MGOCSM, gives the opening words. Dr. Manoj, who is well known all over the world, is the key speaker of this webinar. And also I do welcome our principal, Dr. Jayaraj. I do welcome all the parents and all the students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Father. This occasion is really made exalted with the presence of His Grace, Dr. Zacharias Mar Aprem, the Bishop in the Malangere Orthodox Syrian Church. His Grace is the current Diocesan Metropolitan of Adur Kadambanad Orthodox Diocese and the Assistant Metropolitan of Southwest American Diocese. He is also the president of MGOCSM, the student movement of Malangere Orthodox Syrian Church. We are really fortunate to have him here today for our webinar. I request His Grace Dr. Zacharias Mar Aprem for the opening remarks. The Malankara Orthodox Church and its institutions have been flourishing under the spiritual leadership of His Holiness Basilios Marthoma Paulus II, the Supreme Head of Malankara Orthodox Syrian Church. His Holiness has been rendering a great support for all the ventures of our institution with his paternal love. Being the president of our college, I request His Holiness Basilios Marthoma Paulus II to deliver the inaugural address.
കർത്താവിനാൽ അനുഗ്രഹിക്കപ്പെട്ടവരെ, മലങ്കര ഓർത്തഡോക്സ് സുറിയാനി സഭയുടെ ആഭിമുഖ്യത്തിൽ 2001 ആണ്ടിൽ പരിശുദ്ധ ബസേലിയോസ് മാർത്തോമ മാത്യൂസ് ദ്വിതീയൻ ബാവ തിരുമേനിയുടെ വലിയൊരു സ്വപ്നമായിരുന്നു മലങ്കര സഭയ്ക്ക് ഒരു എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജ് ഉണ്ടാകണമെന്ന്. തിരുമേനി ഒരു വിദ്യാഭ്യാസ വിഷയങ്ങളിലെ ഒട്ടേറെ സ്ഥാപനങ്ങൾ പലയിടങ്ങളിലായി സ്ഥാപിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇതെല്ലാം മലങ്കര സഭയുടെ സാമൂഹ്യ പ്രവർത്തനത്തിനും അതാത് സ്ഥലങ്ങളിലുള്ള വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ മികച്ച വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം ലഭിച്ച് അവർ സമൂഹത്തിനും കുടുംബത്തിനും നാടിനും വിലപ്പെട്ടവരായി തീരണമെന്നുള്ള തിരുമേനിയുടെ ആ ദീർഘവീക്ഷണത്തിൻ്റെ ഫലമാണ് പീരുമേട് MBC എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജ്. ആ കോളേജ് പല വിധത്തിലും ഉയർന്ന് വളർന്ന് വരികയാണ്. 20 വർഷമായി മികച്ച എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം അവിടെ നൽകി വരുന്നുണ്ട്. ഗുണനിലവാരം മെച്ചപ്പെടുത്തുന്നതിനായി തീവ്രമായ യത്നത്തിൽ ഇപ്പോൾ ഏർപ്പെട്ടുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുകയാണ്. എൻ്റെ മേൽനോട്ടത്തിലാണ് ഈ സ്ഥാപനം പ്രവർത്തിച്ചു വരുന്നത്. പ്രവർത്തനത്തിന് ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട ജിജി ഏബ്രഹാം പയ്യമ്പള്ളിൽ അച്ഛൻ അതിന് നേതൃത്വം കൊടുത്തു വരുന്നു. ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട അച്ഛൻ്റെ പ്രവർത്തനം ആരംഭിച്ചതിന് ശേഷം ആ കോളേജിന് വളരെ വ്യത്യാസങ്ങൾ വന്നിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നുള്ളത് അനുഭവസ്ഥർക്ക് അറിയാവുന്നൊരു വസ്തുതയാണ്. അച്ഛൻ ആത്മാർത്ഥതയോടെ ഏത് ത്യാഗവും അനുഭവിക്കാനുള്ള സന്നദ്ധതയായി എല്ലാവരെയും കോർത്തിണക്കിക്കൊണ്ട് ഈ കോളേജിൻ്റെ ഗുണനിലവാരം, അതിൻ്റെ അക്കഡമിക് എക്സലൻസ്, ഡിസിപ്ലിൻ, അതുപോലെ തന്നെ മൂല്യബോധം, ആധ്യാത്മികമായ ക്യാരക്ടർ ഫോർമേഷൻ ഉണ്ടാകത്തക്കവണ്ണമുള്ള സാഹചര്യങ്ങൾ ഇതെല്ലാം സൃഷ്ടിച്ച് അച്ഛൻ മുന്നേറുകയാണ്. അത് തീർച്ചയായും അതിൻ്റെ പ്രയോജനം നമുക്ക് സമൂഹത്തിന് ലഭിക്കാതിരിക്കുകയില്ല. മലങ്കര സഭയുടെ സ്ഥാനികളും മാനേജിംഗ് കമ്മിറ്റി അംഗങ്ങളും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ ലോകത്തിൻ്റെ നാനാഭാഗത്തുള്ള വ്യവസായികളും എല്ലാം ഒരുമിച്ച് ചേർന്ന് ആലോചനകൾ നൽകി ഇത് പ്രവർത്തിക്കുന്നു. ഇതിൻ്റെ പ്രവർത്തനത്തിന് ഒരു ഗവേണിംഗ് ബോർഡ് നിലവിലുണ്ട്. ആ ഗവേണിംഗ് ബോർഡിൻ്റെ പ്രത്യേക മേൽനോട്ടവും അവരുടെ ആശയങ്ങളും എല്ലാം പങ്കുവെച്ച് തന്നെയാണ് ഈ കോളേജ് നടത്തിക്കൊണ്ടു പോകുന്നത് എന്നുള്ള കാര്യം പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് എല്ലാവരെയും അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്. ഇക്കാര്യത്തിൽ ഡോക്ടർ മനോജ് വർഗീസിൻ്റെയും പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട ചിക്കു എബ്രഹാമിൻ്റെയും ഒക്കെ സംഭാവനകൾ പ്രത്യേകം എടുത്തു പറയാവുന്നതാണ്. അവർ ഈ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജിലും എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് മേഖലയിലും വളരെ സമർത്ഥരും എല്ലാ വിധത്തിലും ഈ കോളേജിൻ്റെ പീരുമേട് നമ്മുടെ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജിൻ്റെ വളർച്ചയ്ക്ക് ഉപദേശങ്ങളും നിർദ്ദേശങ്ങളും എല്ലാം നൽകി വന്ന് സഹായിച്ചു കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നു എന്ന് പറയാതിരുന്നുകൂടാ. ഇന്ന് MGOCSവുമായി എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജിൻ്റെ ഭാവിക്ക് വേണ്ടി എന്ന വിഷയത്തെക്കുറിച്ച് നടത്തപ്പെടുന്ന ഒരു വെബിനാർ, ആ വെബിനാറിന് എല്ലാ ആശംസകളും നേരുകയാണ്. വിദ്യ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് പ്രകാശത്തിൻ്റെ ഒരു തൽ രൂപമാണ്. വൈദ്യൻ വൈദികൻ, വിദ്യാർത്ഥി, അധ്യാപകൻ ഇങ്ങനെയുള്ള പദങ്ങളെല്ലാം തന്നെ ദ്യുതി എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു സംസ്കൃത പദത്തിൽ നിന്നാണ് ഉരുത്തിരിഞ്ഞിട്ടുള്ളത്. നാം പലപ്പോഴും വിചാരിക്കും എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജ് ഇപ്പോഴൊരു പക്ഷേ കോവിഡും മറ്റുമൊക്കെ ആയി നാം പ്രയാസപ്പെടുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിലും ഇന്ത്യ രാജ്യത്തെ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോളേജിലെ വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ ലോകത്തിൻ്റെ വലിയ ഒരു നേട്ടമായി തീരും. നമ്മുടെ ഈ കോളേജിൽ പഠിക്കുന്ന വിദ്യാർത്ഥികൾ വളരെ ഉന്നതമായ സ്ഥാനത്ത് എത്തിച്ചേർന്നിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇനിയും അവരെ കൂടുതൽ മികച്ച വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം അവർക്ക് നൽകി സമൂഹത്തിന് പ്രയോജനപ്പെടുന്ന വിധത്തിൽ നാടിനും സമൂഹത്തിനും മനുഷ്യരാശിക്കും നേട്ടമുണ്ടാകത്തക്കവണ്ണമുള്ള പ്രതിഭാശാലികളെ വാർത്തെടുക്കുവാൻ തക്കവണ്ണം അങ്ങേയറ്റം ശ്രമിക്കുകയാണ്. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ നമ്മുടെ പ്രിൻസിപ്പൽ ജയരാജൻ സാറും ഇതിൽ അങ്ങേയറ്റം ശ്രദ്ധിക്കുകയും പ്രയത്നിക്കുകയും ചെയ്യുന്നുണ്ട്. ഈ MGOCSുമായി ചേർന്ന് നടത്തുന്ന ഈ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗിൻ്റെ മികച്ച ഭാവിക്ക് വേണ്ടി നടത്തപ്പെടുന്ന ഈ വെബിനാറിന് എല്ലാ ആശംസകളും നേരുന്നു. ഈ സ്ഥാപനത്തിൻ്റെ പുരോഗതിയിൽ ഇതൊരു നാഴികക്കല്ലാവട്ടെ എന്ന് ആശംസിക്കുന്നു. ഈ വെബിനാർ ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്തതായിട്ട് പ്രഖ്യാപിക്കുന്നു.
Thank you, His Holiness, for the inaugural address. Dr. Jairaj Kuchipillai, our principal, has been our greatest source of inspiration. He has always been our energy and support. His exceptional vision for our institution will help MBC reach more heights. Dr. Jairaj Kuchipillai has completed his BTech from TKM Kollam, MTech from IIT Kharagpur and PhD from IIT Madras. He is very much interested in research and several publications adds to his credit. He has a vast experience of 29 years in teaching from CET Trivandrum and Government Engineering College, Barton Hill. He has produced 4 PhDs, which is an excellent symbol of his knowledge. We are really fortunate to have him here as our principal. May I invite you, sir, for the context setting.
Sir, mic is not on.
Is my presentation visible?
Yes, sir, it's visible.
Good afternoon to one and all. His Holiness Basileus Marthoma Paulus II, Catholicos of the East and Malankara Metropolitan, President of MBC CET, His Grace Dr. Zakaria Mara Prem, President of MGOCSM, Reverend Father Gigi Abraham, Director MBC CET, Distinguished Chief Guest Dr. Manoj Varghese, Milliard Race Consulting Private Limited, dear colleagues, dear parents, and my dear students. Today, we MBC CET, together with MGOCSM, are organizing this webinar, Engineering a Better Future. Dear students, I hope by the end of this seminar, you may get an idea to set your career path in the field of engineering. Why one should choose MBC CET to start their career in BTech? Nearing 2 decades of existence, MBCCET has established an admirable record of quality and accomplishment in the field of engineering education. MBCCET aspires to take its place among world-class colleges, among engineering colleges, creating global knowledge. The college has the best infrastructure facilities, well-equipped labs with young and dynamic faculty members. The location and the climate here disseminate an excellent spiritual and academic environment. The distinctive and future of our campus are eco-friendly campus, one among the biggest residential colleges in Kerala, eminent teaching faculty, regular teaching on soft skills, 24/7 Wi-Fi access, career guidance with excellence placement records. We have got an excellent placement record in consecutive years because of the soft skill and aptitude training. That is, in 2019-20, 98 students were placed. In 18-19, 107, 17-18, 106, 16-17, 108, 15-16, 108, and 14-15, 81. Last year, the maximum salary was 9.6 lakhs per annum. The companies listed here visit our college every year looking for bright students. Other highlights. We can boast of the facilities like multi-gym for students and staff, round-the-clock internet facility with the Wi-Fi enabled campus, extensive industrial corporate collaboration for academic exercises, full-fledged library and computer center, chapel as the spiritual center of all faiths, 24/7 State Bank ATM facility, and regular transportation facilities. There are a total of 5 hostels for boys and girls under the wardenship of Reverend Father Kurula Perumal Chaku. We admit students from government quota as well as management seats inclusive of NRI seats. Malangara Orthodox Syrian Church offers scholarship worth 2 crores for students who take admission at MBC College of Engineering and Technology. For those who secure A+, that is above 90% in the scholarship exam, there is a reduction of fees by 85%. 80 to 89, 60% waiver in tuition fees, 70 to 79%, 45% waiver in tuition fees, 60 to 69%, 30% waiver in tuition fees, and 50 to 59, 10% waiver in tuition fees. For those who secure very high marks in +2 are also considered for scholarship. For them, the tuition fees vary from 4,000 to 35,000 per semester based on the +2 marks. Our vision, an engineering institute with global quality to groom competent engineers equipped to address the changing needs of the society. We achieve this vision by the following mission. Our efforts are dedicated for developing a learner-centric education environment to provide value-based technical learning, practice real-world problem solving, foster teamwork in engineering design, and inspire innovations and research. MBCCET has applied for NAAC accreditation. The visit was in March 2020, but postponed due to the COVID-19 pandemic. We were very confident in getting A+ grade in the accreditation process due to our best infrastructure, highly qualified faculty, and bright students. Now the NAAC accreditation team is visiting the college in August 2020. Student-centric process of teaching learning in MBCCET. Kerala Technological University will publish an academic calendar. Based on it, college will make a calendar including the co-curricular and extracurricular activities in the college. Then each department will make a calendar based on the college calendar, considering class committee, mentoring, etc. So the planning of the lecture for each class is done well in advance, and the teaching learning process will go smoothly. Every day there is a quiz about the previous class lessons. From the quiz and the assessment tests, identified fast learners and slow learners. Fast learners have to take MOOC courses, GATE preparation, MBTEL courses, etc. Slow learners attend additional classes to improve their academic performance, that is by remedial classes, group study sessions, remedial tests, tutorial sessions, etc. By bringing up the slow learners at par with fast learners, we were able to achieve the target percentage of pass in the examinations. Always, excellent students were given proper appreciation. The major centers of innovation and entrepreneurship established in our college are Center for Innovative Technology and Entrepreneurship, Innovation and Entrepreneurship Development Centers, institutions, Innovation Council by MHRD established in 2019, Pradhan Mantri Yuva Yojana scheme. Now research is one of the essential activities for all teachers. All departments of our college are having teachers with a PhD. These centers of excellence mentioned above are slowly changing into research centers. I have got the experience of setting up the state-of-the-art vibration and control lab in CET and produced 4 PhDs and several MTechs from the lab. With that experience, I am trying to develop a research culture in MBC CET also. We have got a memorandum of understandings with the 9 companies for mutual benefit by doing student projects and internships. The companies are TICE, SEMA, Keltron, Red Hat Academy, Coast Global, etc. With this, I come to the end of my presentation about the college, admission process, and our scholarship scheme. The Industrial Revolution 4.0 is about to happen. Expect a sudden growth in the industry by shifting all the manufacturing sector to the new paradigm. 5G is the backbone of this revolution. Every device will be connected and can talk to each other. We can also communicate with each device. One can imagine the quantum of work required to make all devices as per these standards. It will generate plenty of jobs in the engineering sector. Dear parents and students, we assure those students who join MBC CET be given the best facilities and teaching to transform to a competent engineer well equipped to cater the changing needs of the society in the coming 4 years. Now I request Dr. Manoj Varghese to deliver the keynote address. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we will have a small glance at MBC.
Just a minute.
A scientist can discover a new star, but he cannot make one. For that, he would have to ask an engineer to do it for him. Here, in Mar Baselius Christian College of Engineering and Technology, help you to be an engineer, an ideal engineer. Education is not just about learning. It is a beautiful bonding coming together and making the world a better place. Mar Baselius Christian College of Engineering and Technology, Kuttikanam, Idiki.
Okay, we will continue with that now. I request the participants to please mute. Dr. Manoj Varghese, currently managing partner of Milliard Reeves Advisory, a strategy, people, and a post consultant. the former head of human resources for Google Asia Pacific and the former director of Facebook India. He is a visiting professor with IIM Kozhikode and was also the dean, director and professor at XIME Kochi. An engineering graduate from NIT Calicut, he intimately knows the prospects and career opportunities for engineering students, and we are really happy to have him as our chief guest. Now I invite Dr. Manoj Varghese for his address.
Thank you, Maria. Hope I am audible.
Yes.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
His Holiness Basilios Marthoma Paulos II, Catholicos of the East, most respected His Grace Zacharias Mar Aprai Metropolitan, dignitaries, participants, parents and students who are attending the webinar. It's a great opportunity, great honor for me to be part of this webinar to talk about engineering a better future. This is a brief agenda I plan to cover during the webinar. We'll probably look at the various options that you as students and parents are considering after higher secondary education. We'll probably look at what do engineers actually do? What are the jobs? What are probably some of the challenges and opportunities that engineers have when you look at the next 10 years, 20 years? What are probably the reasons that you should have to do an engineering course? And what kind of a college that you should be studying at? When you think about the options that you have after your higher secondary, I think there are a number of options. We can bucket that into 4 different categories. The first is the arts, humanities, and social sciences, mostly a 3-year graduation program. Then you have sciences, Bachelor of Science, BSc kind of programs, which is again mostly a 3-year graduation program. And looking at the data of UGC of students in the universe of studies last year, we probably see that close to 65 to 70% of people who are doing graduation are in these 2 buckets. Then we have medical, probably 5 to 10% of students will choose a medical career, both MPPS as well as some allied other courses, which is probably a 3 to 5 year course based on, and if it's an MPPS, you have after 5 years a 1-year house surgency. So it takes 6 years for you to complete that professional course. Then we have another 20 to 25% of students who are probably looking at an engineering career, studying engineering, and probably building a career in engineering. And I think the most important thing to understand when you're thinking about joining an engineering course or probably looking at an engineering course is to understand what do engineers actually do. And if you go by the classic definition or the earlier how we used to think about engineers, we used to say that engineers are people who actually design and build tools. I would say that this is probably an outdated definition of how we should look at engineering, because now engineers do a lot more. Yes, earlier when you think about how engineering as a specialization developed over the years, the first mentioning about engineers were in the Roman Empire 2000 years back, where they were engineers were building the pipelines and the sanitation, etc. in the cities. Then in the 15th century, we hear about them building farms and later roads, cities and dams. And if you look at probably the later part of the 19th century, with Industrial Revolution, you had a lot more requirement for technically qualified people. So engineering education came up as a more specialized education. And then moving further, we think about electrification, space, cars, water purification, even production of food, agriculture, how engineering can help in agriculture in terms of improving yield, etc., or even mechanization of agriculture parts became an important aspect. Later, I think towards probably the last 30, 40, 50 years, radio, TV, internet, etc. has become prominent. And if you look at now, we have probably home appliances, automation, digitization, all these things happening. But along with that, engineers deal with a lot more things like clean energy, etc. When you think about engineering education, the first question comes is that, are all the problems solved? Do you have more problems?
Somebody else's screen is there, I think.
And I think that answer comes from when we look at what is happening in the world today. We are probably living in a world where we are talking about accelerated transformation. And in the world of accelerated transformation, what matters is engineers are actually solving problems and changing lives. They're touching every part of life. And the reason is, the world as we know now, we are all in the middle of a global pandemic, which is unprecedented and unexpected disruption of industries and lives, which is happening, livelihood, etc., which is changing how businesses are run, which is changing how things are, even how we are delivering the webinar, how probably a lot of education is now moving online. I think it's all the global pandemic to one extent. Technology, the way we are seeing now, is redefining how we live our lives, the work, the businesses, how it is affecting, in terms of decisions engineers are making, for example, smart devices coming into every device, including a fridge or probably even a dress. These are realities, driverless cars all happening. This is how technology is defining different industries. It's not only the IT sector, it's all other allied industries also. The other important aspect is that we are thinking of environmental sensitivity, we are thinking of global bottom line, which means that what is the corporate social responsibility that we have, because sustainability is becoming a very important part. Sustainability of our planet, animals, the forests that we have, all are becoming very important. In addition to that, the global politics, when you think about politics in terms of, earlier there was a huge push to globalization. With the global politics, it's disrupting the global production hubs. Production is going out of China. India has a huge opportunity to build large amounts of industrial sectors, factories, being a manufacturing hub to serve the population that we have. It's disrupting the supply chains. In fact, we are probably looking at more nearer supply chains rather than, sourcing something from very far from another country. These are all going to drive and increase the number of opportunities that engineers have as we look at Somebody called Joseph Thomas, I think, you have to remove the presentation screen. So it's not only probably like, what the technology is touching, because when you talk about technology, we talk about Internet of Things, we talk about digitization, we talk about augmented reality, that is all going to be there. Engineers have to solve problems like how can we make solar power more economical? How can we provide access to clean water?
Hi, all of you.
Sanitation. Engineers have to think about restoring and improving the urban infrastructure which is already built, making sure that we are building infrastructure, keeping in mind our saving our forest, etc., making sure that the environment is not affected, the ecology is not affected, etc. Engineering also helped in terms of making better medicines, about securing the cyber space, about augmented reality. These are all challenges for engineers that we have. And these are all opportunities where future engineers will have to solve. What are probably, if those are the grander visions, I think the next important thing is to figure out what are some other reasons for engineering education. The first and the foremost thing that I will say is that it's a 4-year degree, which is very different from the degrees that you have, which is actually a professional degree. There's no other professional degree that you can acquire by the age of 21 or 22 and probably get into a job immediately after that. Because it's a 4-year, you have opportunity to have it more project-based and experiential kind of learning. Second important point is an engineer has job opportunities across every industry. We saw that engineers are actually solving problems and changing lives. That means that we're touching each and everything. It's not only technology aspect of it, there could be other aspects that engineers are touching. It's about building, it's driving more efficiency, making sure that lives are becoming better. So engineers are actually building tools for the society to make things easier for them. So that means that you have opportunities across all different sectors. The third important point is engineers or doing engineering actually build strong math, logical and analytical skills. A most important foundation that students should be thinking about, because this is going to be extremely useful in competitive examinations. So we saw that around probably 20 to 25% of students are getting into engineering, but we see that in every competitive examination, engineering students do much better than probably the other graduates, primarily because of the math, logical, analytical foundations and the pedagogy that they use in terms of teaching engineering. Because when you go through 8 semesters, You go through 180 credits with 50% internal marks, and there is a lot of activities that you're part of. Again, for an engineer, there are multiple career path options which are there. Now, you could be in the technical side. You could probably go and do a master's in technology, MTech degree. You could probably move into management. A lot of people who move into IIMs or other management degrees are engineers. Civil services, if you look at the last year's data, 2019 data, 50% of the civil service selected students had engineering background. And even engineering is an optional that people can choose in civil service examination. So there are multiple career options. So these are all other reasons that I will talk about for somebody to look at engineering as a great career option. Then once you have agreed on, you decided that this is what you want to do an engineering degree, then the next question is that where should you study? Obviously, there are different options. And I think the first and the most important thing that you should look at is it backed by a reputed group of people, institution, university, an association? What it gives is that it gives a large amount of resource people for your own development. And there is a credibility built when it is backed by a group or institution, church or a university. Is it managed by people of repute? Look at the director, the background, how they build institutions, look at the principal, where they have studied, the faculty background, alumni success stories. When I looked at it, I saw a lot of alumni success stories about MPC, because MPC has been there for the last 20 years. Across YouTube, and you can see number of alumni across the world doing very well. That is a very important criteria to look at. You should look at your own personality development and personal growth. What opportunities does the college provide? Is there training and support for development? Are they helping you build soft skills in addition to the technical skills, which obviously you'll be building with an engineering education? Are there scholarships available for students? Value for money kind of scholarships? What are the co-curricular activities which are there, which are all things that will help you in terms of developing? And the last point that I would mention there is the adequate infrastructure. Do they have a large campus? The facilities, the hostels which are available. If there are students coming from different parts of the world, do they have a safe environment? And if you look at traditional arts and sciences colleges where, one degree program will be one of the many programs they will have, in an engineering college, they'll be focused on the engineering programs itself. So that the infrastructure there will probably help you, the labs, facilities will help you to become a better engineer as you go through the process. So to conclude, what I would say is that an engineering background will allow you to pursue any dream. And I think that is the beauty of engineering, because again, you get an opportunity to touch people's lives and change people's lives. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful session. Now we're moving on to our question and answer session. I really request the participants to ask any questions. Okay, if anyone is not asking the question in direct, definitely I will ask the questions to Jiachin, which were posted in the chat box. Acha, there are a few questions in the chat box. Can you please answer?
Okay, what's the question?
Okay. The question is about the Wi-Fi facilities in the college and
Wi-Fi facility in college and hostel.
Yeah. We have Wi-Fi connections both in the college and in the hostel.
Okay, another question that came is about the transportation facilities available in our college.
Yeah, we have transportation facilities to Kattapana, then Kumali area, then it is coming to Kambadi, and weekly to Adur also. Parimala, that side also we have.
Okay. Then a question came up like, what are the scholarship schemes for joining MPC actually?
So we are giving scholarship that varies from the fees, semester fees. The highest is 30,000 per semester and lowest is 4,000. And the scholarship is depending upon their marks which they got for the board examination. And also we have already conducted one scholarship examination according to the grade that they got for the scholarship examination. We grant scholarship.
Okay, Acha, one more question.
Dr. Jairaj. Good evening, Dr. Jairaj.
Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, tell me.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm Farah George calling. Which all branches are accredited there? NBA accredited or NAC accredited?
NAC accreditation was, we applied for NAC accreditation. They planned for coming in the month of March, but due to COVID, they postponed it. Now they may come in August.
Okay, no. MBA accredited courses are there? We are having that?
MBA accreditation, not it. We are planning for that.
Okay. Fine.
Okay. One more question in chat box. The admission in MBCs are allowed only for the students who have written KEAM. There is a question.
Yeah,
What are the provisions for non-KEAM students?
Those who failed to write the KEAM examination also, but that is subject to that admission is in the NRI quota, so that is subject to the approval from the government. Normally, we can accommodate NRI students only 15% of the permitted seat. If more students are coming without writing KEAM, we can admit them, but we are very hopeful that we will get the permission from the university. That was the practice last 2 years. So we are expecting permission. So on that condition, we are admitting students in the NRI quota.
Okay, Acha. One more question. What about the placements in campus selection in our college?
Yeah, that I think the principal will explain.
Okay. I request Jairaj sir.
We got placement. Last year, 98 students were placed, and the highest salary was 9.6 lakhs per annum. Every year, consecutively, every year we are getting placement.
Is there any skill development programs in our college? That is another question.
Yes, we integrated skill development along with our curriculum itself. Especially for final year students, every week 1 hour special training will be given to develop their soft skills.
Okay. Now, one Joseph has asked a permission to talk to Manoj sir, our chief guest. Is there Joseph available? Joseph Thomas? Joseph Thomas wanted to talk to our chief guest. Joseph.
Yeah, this is Manoj. What is the question?
സാർ ഞാൻ 12th പാസ് ആയിട്ട് നിൽക്കുകയാണ്. അപ്പൊ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് എടുക്കാനായിരുന്നു.
Okay.
അപ്പൊ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് ഇപ്പം എങ്ങനെയുണ്ട്, സ്കോപ്പ് ഉണ്ടോ എന്ന് അറിയാനായിട്ടായിരുന്നു.
ഏത് എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ്?
കെമിക്കൽ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ്.
കെമിക്കലോ?
ആ.
ഞാൻ ആൻസർ ഒരു കാര്യം പ്രസന്റേഷനിൽ പറയാൻ ഒരു കാര്യമുണ്ട്. എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് കോർ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് മെക്കാനിക്കൽ, സിവിൽ, ഇലക്ട്രിക്കൽ, ബാക്കി എല്ലാം അതിൽ നിന്ന് ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്ത ഡിസിപ്ലിൻസ് ആണ്. ഇതാണ് കോർ എഞ്ചിനീയേഴ്സ്, അതായത് സിവില്, മെക്കാനിക്കൽ ആൻഡ് ഇലക്ട്രിക്കൽ, റൈറ്റ്? അപ്പൊ നമ്മൾ സ്പെഷ്യലൈസ് ചെയ്ത് പല ഇതിലേക്ക് പോവാം. അപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾക്ക് കെമിക്കൽ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗിൽ കൂടുതൽ താല്പര്യമുണ്ട്, എന്തെങ്കിലും റീസൺ ഉണ്ട്? കാര്യം പലപ്പോഴും നമ്മൾ ഒരു ബ്രാഞ്ച് സെലക്ട് ചെയ്യുന്നത് നമ്മുടെ ആപ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡും നമ്മുടെ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റും കൂടെ ബേസ്ഡ് ആയിരിക്കും. സോ യു നീഡ് ടു പ്രോബ്ലി എന്താണ് ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റ്. ഇപ്പൊ കെമിക്കൽ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് താല്പര്യം ഉണ്ടാകാൻ എന്താണ് റീസൺ? അതിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും ആപ്റ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ് ഉണ്ടോ? അതിൽ എന്തെങ്കിലും കൂടുതൽ ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റീസ് കാണുന്നുണ്ടോ? ഇപ്പം ഒരു കെമിക്കൽ എഞ്ചിനീയറിംഗ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിയുന്നത് പലയിടത്തും ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റീസ് ഉള്ളതാണ്. ഫോർ എക്സാമ്പിൾ ന്യൂക്ലിയർ സയന്റിസ്റ്റ് ആയിട്ട് പോകാം, റൈറ്റ്? chemical industry, chemical manufacturing, India is actually the hub of fertilizer manufacturing, right? Chemicals, there are a lot of chemicals that we actually mine from our country also and export also, right? So there is a lot of opportunity. Yeah, petroleum engineering is another specialization. Mechanical engineers in engineering in the